Yo, what's going on, guys? Crucifix here. Welcome to Scenarios. This is where we look at things in the NBA that are never going to happen, but we're just kind of wondering what if. And be sure to like this video, guys, because next episode is one that you guys have all been begging me for since I started this series. We are going to what would happen if the NBA never vetoed that trade with the LA Lakers that, pretty much meant that Chris Paul could not go to the Lakers. Not only that, but we are also going to put Dwight Howard back on that team. So basically, we're going to see how would the Lakers be today if they still had that core of Dwight Howard and Kobe Bryant, as well as, Chris Paul out there. So like that video, this video for that video, guys. This episode, we are looking at another highly requested one. LeBron James, if he never left the Miami Heat. Now, there was a few things about this that, I didn't really make the assumption with. One was Chris Bosh. Chances are he probably would have left the team. He probably would have went to the Houston Rockets or something like that. But since it did not officially happen, I did not really want to make that assumption. So, that's one thing with there. Of course, you got Dragic. Who knows if he would have came to the team or whatnot. Who knows if Hassan Whiteside still would have been this good. Just too many, X factors right there. I did get rid of Luol Deng. I put him back in the Cleveland Cavaliers, so that's one thing that I stayed consistent with. But besides for that, I didn't really make too many assumptions. So we're going to see how this team does. And, looking at LeBron James here, he did some really amazing things back when he was in Miami, guys. He did some really amazing things out there. Had some of his most efficient seasons out there, playing with Dwayne Wade. You actually look at him last season, and, his shooting stats were down. 3-point percentage was down, a lot of things like that. A lot of it comes down to, he's still an amazing player, still in his prime, but, kind of teetering towards that, maybe drop it down a little bit, just a little bit. And, of course, playing with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh helps a lot, too. Because, in my opinion, Kyrie Irving's good, but he doesn't really have the playoff experience. Kevin Love, hasn't exactly been his same self since he left the Timberwolves, in my opinion. But, LeBron James on this team, though, I definitely expect this team to win the championship. You got Dragic, 78 overall, D-Wade, 86 overall. You got LeBron, 95. You got Chris Bosh, 85, and Hassan Whiteside. You all see him like, this guy is a beast right here. This guy can get, like, triple-double, like, blocks. I think they were saying in the past, 3 or 4 seasons, something like that, there's been 3 triple-doubles that included, like, 10 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 blocks. This man's got all of them, so expect a lot of good things from him during the simulation. But let's go ahead and get this going. I expect nothing less than winning the championship. You just, you throw LeBron James on this already good team, and you gotta imagine they're gonna win it all, guys. So, I want to know from you Miami Heat fans out there, how do you guys feel about LeBron James leaving the team? Because I know when he left the Cleveland Cavaliers, a lot of Cleveland fans were pissed off because, he promised to bring them a championship, and he did not do that, and he went to Miami. I think it's definitely a different scenario in Miami because you think about it like this. He brought them championships, so, you can't really be too mad about him, for that. And it just came down to he kind of wanted to go back to the Cavaliers and kind of fulfill his promise of bringing them a championship, which he has not done yet. And in my opinion, the window is closing because a lot of other teams are getting really good out there, and LeBron James is only going to be LeBron James for so long before he can't really carry that workload of being the number 1 option on his back anymore. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that, though? Let me know in the comment section below. And looking at this so far, like I said, I expect us to win the championship. Our record's looking amazing out there. A lot of big win streaks. First in the conference, first in the division. I imagine first overall. That record's looking pretty crispy out there. Chemistry's up. Everything's looking really good out there. I'm kind of curious to see what our stats are going to look like because, I want to see if LeBron James goes back to putting up those amazing stats that he put on when he was in Miami. So I kind of want to compare that compared to last year when he was in Cleveland. So we will be able to see that on here, of course. So that's going to be very interesting to look at, kind of see how Dwayne Wade, how his stats look, and Chris Bosh and whatnot. But, like I was saying, Chris Bosh, I don't think he would have been back. I don't know who they would have got at that power forward position, which is why I didn't want to make any assumptions. So I just kind of brought him back. But I don't really know, guys. Maybe Amari Stoudemire would have started power forward, or like Udonis Haslem. Probably not, though. They would have had, well, because LeBron James would have still been under contract. They gave Chris Bosh $121 million. So much money, guys. So much money. And so LeBron still would have been under contract, or they would have signed him to some sort of extension. He would have got a big chunk of that money. Probably not all of that. No, he probably would have got all of it. Let's be honest, guys. He would have got all that money. Come on now. And I still imagine there would have been some sort of money freed up from Chris Bosh leaving, to invest in a power forward or something like that. I don't really know. But looking at the MVP here, it looks like Kevin Durant won that. Karl Anthony Towns, Rookie of the Year. Tim Duncan, 6-man. I don't know why they keep on putting him in the 6-man role. Like, Timmy Duncan, man, he's a star until retirement, man. That's facts right there. DeAndre Jordan, Defensive Player of the Year. Mason Plumlee, Most Improved. And LeBron James did make the NBA All-First Team. Let's see if we see any other heat out there. Kevin Love, man, it's kind of I'm kind of curious to see how they're going to be without LeBron James on that team. So I'm going to actually check out their stats real quick too here. And we did make the number 1 seed. Cleveland Cavaliers did make number 2 without LeBron James on the team. So I'm just kind of curious to kind of see how they stepped up there. And wow, I mean, Kevin Love went back to put up some pretty good numbers. Leading scorer on the team. Kyrie Irving about 20 points a game himself. So, you know, Kevin Love without LeBron James jumped back up to about, you know, 4 more points per game compared to last season. Rebounding's a lot better too. So I don't know. Maybe that's kind of the problem with Kevin Love, is that there's too many good players on his team, which is kind of stupid to say, but still. And Luol Deng, 11 points a game. But let's look at the Miami Heat. That's why we're here. And LeBron James, looking at his stats, I mean, his 3-point percentage still going down, still went down. Shooting stats are still down overall, but he's averaging more assists than ever, except for this 09-10 season. Rebounding's best rebounding season he's ever had, it looks like. And point-wise, you know, he's up from his Cleveland days. He's still around those same numbers. So realistically, it actually looks like, besides for the 3-point percentage, he's actually putting up better numbers, or just as good of numbers as when he was originally on the Miami Heat. Like I said, besides for the shooting stats. Chris Bosh still played well out there, about 20 points per game. Dwayne Wade, you know, he's 34 years old. He's just getting kind of old out there, to be honest. So, I don't know. He still shot pretty well, 46%. 3-point, never really been that great a 3-point shooter, you know, his whole career, but still can knock him down. So overall, this team did very well. Let's see if they make the play. Or, I mean, they made the playoffs. Let's see if they win the championship. The only team I see them losing to is probably like a Game 7 against the Thunder in the finals. So we'll see how that goes. Let's simulate the current round here. See how they do. Okay, damn, we swept Toronto. Okay, so next, let's go up against okay, OKC didn't make it. Okay, simulate current round. Okay, we swept the Celtics. Next, we're going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers now. Oh, I got a little scared there for a second. Damn. Check this out here real quick. Yo, Delly, man, you stepping up, man. You trying to knock LeBron James out of the playoffs, man. What you trying to do? Damn, that made me a little nervous right there. Yo, Tyler Johnson kind of balling out here, too. Okay, so, like I said, we are going to go up against the Thunder. That was my guess. I don't know. It seems like the Thunder always win these damn things. So, let's go ahead. Simulate game. Okay, we lost game 1. Simulate game. Won game 2. Simulate game. Lost game 3. Simulate game. Alright, so it's like neck and neck here, guys. 3-3, and I said game 7. I said we're going to lose the game 7 against the Thunder. I said that. Or I said we win. So, I mean, I guess when you say both options, you're going to be right either way, right? So, simulate game. Oh, shoot. We lost. Lost to the Thunder. It's alright. It's all good. How we doing that last game? We got killed by Kevin Durant. Russ Brook kind of choked. But yeah, you know, it's scenarios. I still think if LeBron James was on this current team, they would win the championship. But man, that was a pretty interesting episode. It looks like LeBron James went back to being his MVP type self back when he was on Miami Heat. Of course, he's playing great in Cleveland too. You know, no disrespect to him about that. He's still playing great in Cleveland. But thank you all so much for watching. Like this video, guys. Next episode, like I was saying, Chris Paul and Dwight Howard back in the LA Lakers. And peace out, my friends.